Google wants 200, baby.
You ready to get back to the trading action?
You aim, you shoot, and make money.
It's going to be a great day. You guys know where you're at. What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Who's ready to get the day started? You guys know your boy Money Mitch at it again and ready to go to the markets. And guess what, guys? Well, I know that you guys probably saw that stock. Dare I say drug? Yeah, my wife also called me out on it too. She was like, why is drug on the screen? Well, DRUG. Monster move yesterday. Let's just say that, right? I mean, it went from like what, $3 to what, 60? I mean, it's a crazy move. But guess what? Money Mitch yesterday said, you know what? After hours, let's go and short this bad boy. So I'm short on this bad boy. We'll talk a little bit about that trade. We'll take a look into the playbook, the sunrise report. What do we got for you today? Hey, stick around, team. I got another great show for you guys. Smash that like and let me know what stock is on your radar this morning. Let's take a look and start the playbook. All right, team, let's go ahead. Let's take a look and see what we got here today. And look at that drug position already, guys. Taking a look to see what would happen if that cuts down a little bit further. So I'm going to start it off with this one just so that we can keep an eye out to see what happens there. But you guys can see my open position, 43.83. We're trading down now towards 32. It was down to 26 this morning. I did wake up in the early morning just to take a look at it, and it was down here. And I was like, well, it's dropping fast like a tank. Might as well just let it keep going. I'm going to be watching to see if it gets back above 34s. I'll probably just take the money and run. But for right now, I'll let it keep working. This could be coming right back down. Let's take a look at some other stocks there on the playbook today. And first up, I'll talk a little bit about this Redfin, already making a little bit of a lift. I talked about this one yesterday, was on Trader TV. If you guys didn't catch our appearance on Trader TV, it's definitely on my Twitter. So definitely check it out, guys. But definitely want to take a look to see what's going on with Redfin, if we can get another potential run in housing. So Redfin's definitely on the alert, and I'll also be watching Zillow. So I think both of these are on alert right now, and I can kind of watch to see what happens with them. But these just look like nice patterns to me, right? So you get that nice downward action. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 times on that downward action. I talk about it. If it doesn't break that support, well, you got a recovery opportunity. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here in Zillow. So now that we're pulling back off the 9, look at these lows all measured up, 61.90, 61.80s. And then right now, you got the 62.30s, right? And so at that 62 spot, we're finding some support. Let's see if we can start taking out the highs, which is the 64.50s through the 65s would be looking good. Next resistance could put it right there. So I'm looking at a break towards this resistance, 65.11, and then a move above that would be looking great on Zillow and also Redfin. You can look for a very similar pattern, right? You're going to look for that trend line break. You're going to be looking for this to kind of make that move. I draw it off this line right here so that you just got this recent pullback that kind of held here, which makes sense, right? And so you got this kind of push where you got above it, you pulled back to it, now you're holding that. So around 1050 to 11, that's a nice area on Redfin. I liked 1170s and 1180s yesterday, and you guys can see here we came back, we went right back into that 80 spot. We went as far down as 1068, but really held around the 1080s. So that's what I'd be watching for, maybe slight moves towards 11, but this looks good. Ready to go. We'll see what happens there in Redfin. Deer, of course, I'm looking for a move towards 420. We'll see what happens on this one. I like the setup of a 9 EMA recovery. So, of course, you can be a little bit patient if you want. You don't need to be jumping at it too quickly. But looking for a move back above 410s and that 412s, and that clears the room for a run towards this 420 area. We fought it when we got up here, right? That was in the beginning of October. Will we make another run into that section and kind of do like a little bit of a nice little ride up, a pullback, buyers step back in, and then it takes out the highs. We'll see if it starts to take out this long trend line. And potential move could be towards 450. We'll see what happens there in Deer. Of course, one thing to mention about Deer is that one thing that I think is going to happen here is that you're going to get lower prices on oil, right? Oil, of course, these farm and heavy construction machineries run a lot on diesel, right? And so if you can get the price of oil to come down, that will actually help make the purchase look more attractive because interest rates are already on the way down. So that's going to help these companies. I think in the long run, you start to see a bigger run in Deer and Cat and Picard, by the way, which we had swing trades on that I was able to sell at like 107. This actually went to 108 the last couple of days. Could be coming back to 103. That's what I'm going to be looking for, a move back towards 103 to try to get back into Picard. But this could be a takeoff in Picard and going towards the next level. I'll keep these on the radar. All right, guys, that's it for at least Deer and Picard. Let's go to Clean Spark. Clean Spark is on the radar for me today. And we've been talking about this one since Monday. And Monday, I thought we would maybe get another opportunity at 10. So at this point, I do like the long here, but the truth is that you got to be careful. So you got to be looking for hourly long pullbacks. That's what's been working for Clean Spark. So when it comes on the hourly pullback, that's when it makes sense to get that nice buy. At this point, we've had like 3 or 4 days up. So at this, I'm not expecting a breakout through 12. I'm expecting some kind of retracement. I do want to get it on that retracement though. So I'll be watching for moves back down towards like $10.50 and $10. Quick sweeps down there make sense for me to take a shot on Clean Spark. All right. And that's, of course, that's looking for a potential run in Bitcoin towards the end of the year. Let's go to Redfin. Let's take a look at Redfin. We already watched Redfin, so we can skip that. Let's go to our Sunrise report in just a second here. There is one more to kind of keep an eye out for. There's a lot of action coming off of ASML. We'll talk a little bit about it in the Sunrise report, but there's other trades that we can trade off of this, right? Take a look at AMAT this morning, right? As Applied Materials also takes a tumble. A lot of these will be tumbling today, and this could really change the trade today. This could be a bearish trade on the Qs today as we rejected really fast yesterday, and now we get the negative news. It's almost like they knew what was going to happen in ASML. All right, let's keep it going, team. Smash the like. It's another great day here. I'm going to go ahead and put it full screen, and guess what, guys? You guys get an added bonus today. You guys get to see Marley, my dog. Yeah, just one of my dogs. I got 2 of them. The other one's hanging out there too. He's right there. You see Marley. He's sleeping. He's hanging out. But we'll see if Marley brings me some good luck. He's my good luck charm. So we'll see what we can come up with today. Let's go to the Sunrise report and see what's moving out there. What stocks are moving? And you guys out there, let me know. What stocks are you guys watching? It's good to see you guys. Good morning, Vic. Jane. I traded it 7 times yesterday, in and out. Was it a positive experience, Jane? Let me know. Good morning to everyone out there. It's good to see you guys. Let's go to the Sunrise report and take a look in the market. All right, first up on the Sunrise report, of course, the stock market is focused right now as earnings season is kicking off and it's choppy, right? The upcoming elections are really affecting things. And I think that's where we got to be a little bit careful. We got to see what happens there, right? What's going to happen with the elections and who to bet on, right? And I mean, the truth is that we're going to have some volatility here at the end of October and into November. It could be down, 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 and all of a sudden, with an election, all of a sudden right back up at highs. I think you're going to see some wicked, wicked action. And one thing that we can keep an eye out to let us know that the action is happening, right? There's a way to look at things, right? And I always want to be telling you guys ways to look for like things, right? So what do you want to see is that, do we get a spike in the ATR? Right. So if we go to the daily, right, on the daily, when we're in really volatile times, like when the market's coming down, a lot of times we start getting this spike in the ATR. And you can see it here at the bottom, guys. I can make it a little bit thicker here. Let me try to make it thicker so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here it is. All right. So the idea here is that when we go into troubled times, the average true range really gets a spike. So now I think we need to be looking, do we start to get a spike in the average true range? If it's still compressing on the downward action, then we're still looking good, right? And so we can even draw trend lines on the average true range, and you can see how we're coming back down and we come to it, but we've rejected to keep going through that. Once we start to see a spike there, that's going to be more of my sign of concern. For right now, I think this is just a small pullback, but we still got the choppy markets of course, the elections coming up. So we could break the MACD starting to head down, and you can see the signal line trying to break on the downside. Today is going to be an important day. All right, let's go to chip stocks as they're dropping, of course, as ASML's weak forecast coming in here. They caused a 16% stock drop, wiping out 53.6 billion in value here. And other European and Asian chip stocks followed the suit, right? So this is in the semiconductor equipment and materials industry. And so now we need to watch all these names are going to be on the downside. And some of these might have been looking good yesterday. So what I would take a look at is not paying attention to the candle of yesterday, like how it kind of performed. But before that, was it looking bullish? If it was, those are the charts that I might want to short, like this KLAC, where it was on an attempted break, right? Like you could draw this trend line and you can be like, oh man, this candle here, it was looking like it wanted to break out. But now it just got stuffed. And so what does that mean? That means buyers are trapped. And so these are the ones that we can look for potential continued shorts. Of course, you'd want to be looking for pops back. That's what I like to look for at. I like to look at the hourly chart and see, can you get back to that hourly high? And these are two levels to look at, right? So you got the level right above it, 718, or the level that I like, 740s. So move up and then eventually coming right back down. All right, let's go to United Airlines as they're reporting some news out there. Let's keep it moving, guys. How we doing out there? Just checking in. I'm rocking good, right? Yep, I'm rocking it. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's take a look here at United Airlines as they announced a 1.5 billion buyback as a part of the Q3 earnings. EPS coming in at $3.33, beating the estimate. The airline projects Q4 EPS to be between $2.50 and $3. Though its flight attendants union criticized the buyback, saying funds should go to the workers. What do you guys feel about that one? That's an interesting conversation within itself. So everything's looking good here, guys. Going to keep it moving. We'll see what happens on the airlines. I do like this trade, and I think this is actually got sparked yesterday, but it ran into the earnings, and that's one thing to note, right? When you run into earnings, you could have that pullback day. I'd be looking for pullbacks and volume to show up, but this doesn't look like a bad area, the leisure area overall. And I think that you start to take a look at like names like Hilton and Marriott as you start to see them start to climb, and they continue to kind of climb out of the concern. We'll see if these can continue to push the levels. Airbnb, what I'm in right now, guys, let's see if this starts to work back. As you guys can see, there's a nice little setup here for a longer term trend line approach. So we'll see if Airbnb really wants to make it back to 145, 150. It's not a bad one. It's definitely in the gutter, but could be making it back. Now, what ones I like more are the cruise lines. And I talked about this on CCL's report. I actually bought NCLH on that report, and I actually got caught on that day. That was this down day here where things started to come back down on CCL, and look at the takeoff from that. So I really like these, especially with lower oil prices. And I drew this, and this is why I draw boxes, and I think it's so important, guys. I talked about how you could get a gap fill and a move back into that green area, and we drew this on specifically. We drew it on June 4th, updated it on July 16th, was looking for a move into this area. And that's back when we were at this area right here, looking for a nice little breakout. And I have it drawn there. You guys can see it. That's the way I was watching it. What ended up happening is we went through a negative month action, and look at the comeback though. So now you're seeing this big rip in the cruise lines, and you can see this continue. The reason I really like Norwegian is that it was closer also to the pandemic pricing than any of the other cruise lines. And I'll tell you right now, that to me seemed like a amazing investment. Of course, you guys call your own investments out there, but to me, this one looking nice. Just getting an alert there. Got to go take a look here. What's going on in drug? Stocks coming back on me here, guys. Trying to get back up above the 34s here. We'll see what happens. I'm still swing short on this, of course. I only got like 20 shares, so it's nothing crazy, right? So that's one thing to note, right? I'm not really stressing about that, but something definitely to keep an eye out for. We'll see what happens with this one. Not looking too bad there, but definitely something to keep an eye out if it comes back through that 34. So I'm going to go ahead and set another alert here on the upside. If it keeps coming back on me, I'll be careful here. The idea is for it to take down the 25s and keep going lower. Swing trades are looking great. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's go back to the charts there. Cruise lines, definitely something to keep an eye out. Let's keep it moving in the Sunrise Report. Let's go to Netflix, as Netflix is in the report here. And this is all about Loop Capital, as Loop Capital's Netflix price target to 800 now. And look at those pullbacks on the monthly. So if you see Netflix, it's been climbing back since 2022, all the way back there where it fell off. So I know that in 2021, some people were thinking, would it ever get back there? Netflix. Well, there it is. It's already back to that level. So Netflix, an amazing investment. If you would have got that drop in 22, you got an opportunity to get it back at like 2017. So really nice move there in Netflix back. And now we're a little bit above that. We could be pulling back here, especially when I see Loop Capital raise a thing here. I'm like, oh man, they're setting themselves up for a little bit of a pullback failure. What I would be looking for is, can we go back to like a trend line and then bounce off of that, which could come into play over here. So I'm looking at it now and being like, okay, well, we have the opportunity to come back for these levels. That's going to be a 680 and then a continuation through 750. Then I can see you get to your 800. They're seeing a 13% upside. Analyst Alan Gold highlighted the company's strong market position and expect a subscriber boost with Squid Games 2 in December. Oh my God. Squid Games 2. Well, there you guys have it. That's why they're expecting it to go higher. They know that the cult-like following for the Squid Games. And I think there's a big fight coming up, right? Mike Tyson, right? We'll see what happens there. All right, let's keep moving. We'll go to Starbucks now. Let's go to the Starbucks. And I always like my Starbucks creamer, so shout out to Starbucks. I don't like the actual coffee too much, but hey, I like their creamer. What can I say? Shout out to you guys. Pinkies up. I hope you guys are having a great morning. We're going to keep it moving here. Let's take a look at Starbucks, as they're also in the news, as they're getting a raise here. Starbucks price target by Morgan Stanley to 115, citing long-term growth potential under new CEO Brian Nicole. Despite recent struggles, the upcoming Q4 report could signal a turnaround. So there you guys have it. That's the outlook here. What I would tell you guys on Starbucks is the real important thing here, and this is where the analyst has it wrong. It's not about the new CEO. I'll tell you guys right now, Money Mitch knows what's important in Starbucks. It's about China. China. Like my man Trump would say, China. Yes, that's what it's about here, guys, because Starbucks has extreme exposure in China. And if China can turn things around, if the stimulus starts to bring things around and consumers out there in China start to buy their coffee again, well, guess what? It's already being bought here in the United States. It's not really that struggling here in the United States. What's really hurts Starbucks is the decline in economics in China. If that turns around, Starbucks starts to come pumping again. So here, that's an important one there. I know he's talking about the CEO. The CEO isn't going to change the world. I'll tell you what's going to change the world if China starts coming back up. All right, Morgan Stanley, last one here on the report, on the Sunrise Report. And look at Sunrise. Look at this Morgan Stanley chart now. I'll tell you one thing, though. This might turn around the banks today, but I don't feel it, man. I feel like it's going to be potential double top. It's all about the market today. If the market comes down, I don't feel good about Morgan Stanley, even though they had a good report here. Let's talk a little bit about the numbers here. Morgan Stanley beat Q3 estimates here at $1.88 EPS versus $1.58. So hey, pretty good beat there on the EPS. Revenues at 15.38 billion. Strong stock market performance boosted by wealth management fees, while investment banking rebounded as rates eased. Trading results also exceeded expectations. Yes, they're probably trading Nvidia and making that money. uh, and also mirroring of course, the gains from JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Citi. So this tells me more and more that, yeah, the banks are still hanging around there, at least in the earnings for now. And this actually creates a little bit of a whipsaw because yesterday was a pretty ugly day there for the financials as they were pulling back on Goldman Sachs. You got a nice little pullback. So today, I'm not going to fight them though. Morgan Stanley is still holding them up today, and I think we got to watch to see what happens here. As much as I wanted to keep shorting the banks, that was yesterday's trade, and I'm not going to make yesterday's trade today. That's a mistake sometimes traders will make. They'll think, well, I wanted to short this yesterday, so I go shorting it today. Well, the truth is, Morgan Stanley's report probably is going to change this today. And so with that being said, I'll just watch here and see what happens versus trying to predict it. All right, that's going to do it for us on the Sunrise report. We'll kick it off to the live trading side. We'll go to the Trade the Pool platform. We're ready to trade out there. Got to keep an eye out to see what happens in drug today, but we're watching here. What do you guys think about drug? Do you guys think it's going to rebound today? Let's take a look at that chart, at least on TC, because I like the chart a little bit more here. So let's take a look at it, see how it looks right now. The hourly pullback is what I'm concerned about, and that's what I always look at. You guys know how I like my hourly charts. And so I see the hourly support here coming into play around the 23. So between the 35 and the 23, we're stuck right now. So will we make a trend line approach back? And that could easily happen, guys. We could easily get a spike back towards like 50. Can see that coming back into play somewhere around here, back to this 48, 50 area. So that's what I'm keeping in mind. I'm all the way up there towards 44, but at the same time, I'm not going to let it go through 35 here. I can get back in the trade, but the idea here is if it just wipes out at the open and makes a hard move to like 20, I'll just sell it. And then it could rebound back. But I'm looking for that hard move down at the open and selling into that move. We'll see what happens there in drug. Definitely something to keep an eye out for on both sides. It's going to make up and down moves today. The question is, can you be quick enough to make the money? Because this is not one. There's two ways, really. I'm not going to say that you can't go about it slow, because there's really never 100% way of trading it. But I would say this is one of those trades where you either got to be really fast or small and give it room, because the stock is going to easily move, and you can see it on the average true range. It was moving yesterday in 15 minutes, close to 8 points, 7 points at the end. That's a little bit intense. In the beginning, it was moving about like $2 in 15 minutes. And then eventually by like, let's say 2:45 p.m., it was already moving about $5 in 15 minutes. In let's say in a 5-minute period, at one point, it was moving like $4-5. So that's a lot of movement in 5 minutes, right? 5-minute candle. So definitely going to be one that you watch on the 1 minute, maybe even go into the seconds. So if you got to go into the seconds or you go into the tick, you might want to do that. And to tell you the truth, I can't even do that on TC. I can do that on Trade the Pool. It's still not the best. And I will say that it's a little bit tough to try to trade that. We can take a look at it here. I just want to show you guys it sometimes does pretty good. Sometimes it's a little bit off there. Let's see how it's looking right now. I'm going to add it to my favorites just to take a look at it for drug here. And yeah, as you see, it's not getting it right now. But the idea here is you got to at least put a day. I'll try to get it working once the market opens. A lot of times I can get it to work here in the seconds. I usually just use them 1 minute because I don't need to go that fast, but just kind of talking if you guys are scalpers out there. We'll see what happens out there with drug. The one thing also to keep in mind is this is the spread. The spread's going to be very difficult to trade. So if the spread is that difficult to trade, you got to be careful here, guys. All right, already seeing a nice little lift on it. Got to keep it on mind here. Definitely don't want it through that 35. So I'm going to set another alert there at the 34.80s there. If it starts going through that, I might just sell the position and run. It's okay to sell it and run. I mean, yeah, could have got a little bit more this morning, but the idea here is I was trying to swing it towards the open, right? And so I'm all the way up here, guys. It's not like I'm, really close to the action right now, but I'm not going to also give up this gain, right? We'll see what happens there. In drug, also got workday, still got this, guys. I actually added yesterday. I talked about how I wanted to add. I got an opportunity yesterday on the hourly long pullback. So it went all the way up there to 247, right? It pulled back all the way to 242, 243s. I said, you know what? We're adding around here. We're taking the shot and we'll set a stop loss. It got close to my stop loss, but it didn't hit it. And now that it's a little bit of ways, I can still leave it there and let this try to really work, try to let it go higher and really do a nice little breakout. So I'm looking for a nice breakout, maybe potentially going towards like 265s on this. If I take a look at the daily chart on workday, what I'm really looking for is a move back here where it can really start to get moving. So first resistance is going to be around the 257. So that could be an area where I could take profits, like let's say like right over here, like $500 trade. I got no problem with taking 500. I'm trying to get closer to $1,000 on these swings. But hey, $500, $600, there's nothing wrong with that. And the idea is to keep the trades and the risks small, like I have it now, where it's a $20 risk, but I'm up $100 and something dollars. That's the idea here. That's how I got in the account back towards the big green, taking some bigger trades and really keeping the trades working, right? And so I'm going to keep pushing, guys. This swing account, I want to get it there, guys. I still got a little bit of time for this swing one, but got to work it up, right? So going to keep taking some bigger trades there. Let's go to the limited account and take a look at the limited. Limited is at 176. I've been back and forth, guys. So got to continue to battle today. We'll see if we're able to find some of these smaller names today. And you guys out there, let me know, guys. What are you guys taking a look at, right? So I do want to go ahead and kind of take a look at some of the ones that you guys are watching. So I'll give you guys the opportunity here to throw some stocks in the chat. Throw them up, guys. Get them up there. I want to take a look at what you guys are watching this morning. Good morning to you guys out there. Who's ready for the market open? It's almost 9 a.m. Let's wake you guys up. Let's get it going here. You guys know where you're at. It's straight up pool. Let's go. Wake up. Wake up. Not already. Shout out to you guys. Here. Let's go and find some trades. Who's talking out there in the chat? What's up out there, Vic? How we doing? Dog is key for success in all trading systems. Yes. When I need to get the luck, you might see me reach and get my boy Marley. But hey, that's life. Oh, speaking of which, hold on a second. Nala, stop licking your paws, man. The dog life, guys. All right, Jane, what's going on? Yes, it was positive every time. Oh, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Oh, look. Look who's joining the show. My man, Marley. Marley, lay down, bud. All right, let's keep it going. ATNF might be today's drug. There could be some sympathy plays. What do we call sympathy plays, right? So essentially, investors start looking for anything that's popping, and they just want to buy it. So if you do see drug popping, and you don't want to trade drug, that's okay. But maybe you want to trade the next mover. And trust me, the eyes will be out there. As this starts happening, what happens? So traders like, and I'm sorry to say it, traders like Ross Cameron, right, from Warrior Trading. Traders like, let's say, Timothy Sykes, right? All these traders are going to be watching these big movers today. I'm pretty sure someone probably shorted it just like I did yesterday and made big money. Maybe Tim Grutani, maybe Ducks, right? I've talked to these guys. Foose, Cameron Foose, a man Foose out there. Gotta give him another call. Gotta get him on the show sometimes. I gotta get some of these guys on the show for you guys. I know that you guys would be loved to see them. But definitely, these are the gurus, right? And the gurus are going to be trading these today. So keep that in mind. That means fast moves that go up and pull back fast, go back up, pull back fast, go back up. So you got to be able to take the heat if you're going to trade these. That's the truth. So what I would say is understand that your risk is going to be maybe 2 times. And so how can I get my sizing down to handle 2 times my normal risk? is something that I'd be thinking about, because the truth is that's one thing to do, right? Because if you go big sizing and the candle goes up 60 cents, you buy there and all of a sudden it's down $1, that's going to be very hard to take. As you see the unrealized spike in the red, you go to cover it and it's right back up. So be careful with these. I'm okay with you guys trading it, right? I'm never going to tell you guys what to trade. That's not what I'm here for. I can just tell you guys from experience how these guys really go, and they're fast, and they're going to be making those up and down moves. All right, let's keep it going. What's up out there? How we doing, everybody? We got a list. No gappers today, just daily setups. Carvana, Docu, and Salesforce. I like them. They're not bad names to watch there. Out of those three, which one I would like the most? Probably Carvana. Carvana still looking good things, especially with interest rates coming down. At least used cars are also making sense because the new cars are just so expensive, man. Too expensive. Let's be honest. All right, let's keep it going. Let's take a look at what else is out there. Guys, keep it throwing. Keep it in the chat. Dog reminds me it's time to check in on Bark. Bark. I like Bark, man. I just didn't think it would keep going. I haven't used it myself. I need to get a little Bark box, see what happens. All right, we'll see. Let's go back to drug. Let's go to the different stocks out there. We can also go to my Benzinga Pro for a second to see what's on the scanners there. Let's do that right quick. Here you guys see it, guys. So here's the scanners I use. You guys can use Benzinga Pro also. You guys can see it. Pre-market movers here. Taking a look at it. I also like this on the right-hand side. It's more your mid-caps, but mid-caps that are stocks that I really kind of look at here. So what do I see on here? I see Mara. I see, what do I see? I see Coin. CCJ showing up on the scanners. That's a good one to take a look at. HUT, of course. So we got the crypto stocks making the moves there. Dominion Energy, that tells me utilities on the alert. You know, keep an eye out on the utility names. And let's go take a look at one of these that I kind of like there. CCJ and maybe the nuclear trade. Let's go take a look at how those stocks are looking this morning. We still got a couple minutes before the bell here. Let's keep it moving, guys. SMR, what just happened, guys? What happened in SMR? Well, let's find out. You guys will find out with me. Normally I do this in the background, but let's find out. SMR. You know what I mean? This is how I do it, guys. This is how I find things out. We'll find it out together. Looks like Amazon leads 500 million round for X Energy smaller module reactors. Guys, this is probably one of the biggest trends that I was on top that I did not trade, and I'm going to kick myself for it. I talked about it, NNE, SMR, as soon as Oracle started mentioning it. Now you're getting more and more mentions of these smaller nuclear reactors, and this is going to be something to watch for, especially if Trump becomes president. I will say that. If Harris wins, well, these might come taking a hard hit right back down, but keep your eyes on the action, man. Wow, this is going to help them. Definitely SMR, big move there. Let's go back to the charts. Let's take a look at some of the other ones here and how they're moving. SMR doing really well. NNE. Oh, NNE is going to give us an opportunity today. It's already making the move. It just got a nice little spike, about $1. But we'll see if we can get a little bit of a pullback here. Can we get a pullback to 640s, even just right now? I'll be watching this thing. I like it. So NNE on the 9 EMA pullback, trying to catch that. Of course, we've been watching this for a while, guys. We actually created this on when? Created this on August 30th, guys. August 30th was where? August 30th was right here. So this is when we actually created this trend line right here on this dot, right? So early into the trade. Then we finally got that trend break. It's been a really nice trade to look at, guys. And we'll continue to watch. This could eventually be up there at 30s. SMR, keep watch on that. Look at that one leading the show here. And that was very similar, right? Alerted there. Created on August 21st. Updated on September 10th. September 10th was when? Right here, guys. Right here when it started to break. That same day, $8. I still remember I was in a swing trade on this. I got caught on this day, the very next day at 8.50s, and I should have held to the $8 because it never went to the $8 there. I could have had a really nice swing trade in this one. I misplayed this one, I will say that, but at least we're bringing the themes here because I can't tell you guys what to trade, but I can say what's moving out there, right? What themes are out there for you guys? I hope you guys appreciate conversation like that. All right, let's take a look here. Let's go back to the charts here. How we doing out there, traders? What's going on? Crazy to see that, right? ATNF twice. Let's go. What are you guys looking at? What are those small names? I see ATNF. Let's go take a look at that one. All right, let's see here. ATNF. All right, already taking off here. Oh my God, guys, to $11. The sympathy play is real. The sympathy play is on, and it's on, guys. ATNF holding the 9 EMA. So momentum strategy, right, is 9 EMA holds, right? And so when I see these stocks just take off, like let's say right here, I always look for opportunities back at the 9 EMA, right? So you get a takeoff there, and it comes back. You get a takeoff here, and it comes back, right? You get a takeoff here, and it comes back, right? Takeoff, takes off, still not coming back. You're just waiting. Opportunity on the 9, right? These opportunities are some of my favorite. Now, after you get the fourth one, be careful for a little bit of a pullback because you're going to get this one probably right now, right? But that's one thing to note, right? And I think that this is a really good strategy for momentum breakouts. 9 EMA pullback, looking to catch it there, and then ride it back to the resistance. Of course, you got to be able to risk down at the next support. So if I'm going here, I got to understand that I got to risk down here, maybe to the $2 here. Over here, if I'm trying to get in at 622s or let's say 630s or something like that, well, I got to risk down at least to 550. And understanding that is going to help you for the support and resistance tests, right? And so now we got to draw where resistance is and where we could see pullbacks come to, right? So I would be looking at this as a potential area for pullbacks on ATNF. $9 and $8 seem to make sense for me on a pullback. We'll see if this just keeps running. Doesn't look too bad there. ATNF. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's take a look at what else is moving on the scanners here. STEC. Okay, we can take a look at that. Let's go to the 5-minute chart here. All right, let me just kick off this here. I want to edit this. Boom. All right, there you go. STEC, we'll see if it gets back there to 320s, but definitely keeping an eye on a bunch of these guys. VS moving around. BDRX was up there to $15, back down to 11. So these are going to be moving a lot, guys. Today, watch out for these guys. I will say that. We also got some shippers moving this morning. That's nothing that I feel too excited about. SMCI getting a little bit of a lift. Tesla, guys. We'll see what happens in Tesla today. Man, it's been a disaster in Tesla so far. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm keeping watch on this, guys, because this could come back roaring. I tried to play it yesterday on a swing trade, and I got out for a very tiny loss, maybe 10, 16 bucks. I was up about $100 on the swing trade, but it wasn't enough to take the money. It was just trying to make the move, and it just couldn't make the move yesterday. So I'll be watching to see what happens to it today, right? You can see here on the hourly how you have attempts down, and it's starting to hold higher and higher. That's good news. Now I'd like for one more move down and quick scoops back up. Yesterday, you tried that attempt and then failed. So watching for moves back above 225s is also an important level on the upside for Tesla. We'll see if it gets back there towards that 225 level on the top end, right? So in one of these two areas, it seems to make sense for the breakout buy or the pullback buy, but we'll see. Breakdown below this level, let's say towards 210s, and washout on Tesla. And this is a bearish pattern that I'm looking for a bullish reversal, right? You can see the bearish pattern here. It could still break down today. I mean, there's no guarantee on this, right? So you can see here the bearish pattern that's right now showing up, right? What would this be? this would be a bearish pennant, right? So we'll see what happens here. Can it go and get that nice break? I would call this also a kind of a ascending triangle, right? It's a bearish ascending triangle because you have the trend line and a horizontal line here at the top versus the pennant. You could do the pennant draw, which would be a draw like this, but it's all dependent on how you see the chart, right? That's why patterns are more about the eye than necessarily 100%. So in my eyes, I see this more as the triangle here in the blue, but you could see it as the yellow, which is the bearish pennant. All right, catching up with you guys out there. What's up, man? Let's keep these trades moving. LAC moving today. This is interesting. Lithium of Americas, of course. This is a Lithium player. It's in North Carolina, I believe. Or is that LTHM? I think it's LAC. I'd have to verify that, but don't hold me to that one. We'll see what happens with this one. Let me take off the volume profile here. Indicators, take that off. Boom. All right. We'll see what happens out there. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep moving, guys. Let's go to a different chart. That looks ugly. All right, that looks better. All right, we'll see if this can get moving. Not a bad chart to take a look at. Of course, this is the Lithium player. I'd keep an eye on it. CCJ was moving, right? So let's take a look at some of those type of plays. CCJ moving higher and higher. Of course, with more mentions of nuclear, that's definitely going to help it. It was down yesterday. Big spike today. Look to see if we get some pullback here. 9:12, guys. We're almost to the bell. Got to keep an eye out on different stocks. Of course, ASML leading the downside action today in the tech names. How's that moving here? It's getting a little bounce there. It's not a monster one. We'll see if Micron keeps coming down. Micron was down yesterday pretty big, right? It's already back here towards 106. Doesn't look too bad for potential. If we do go right back down, hey, maybe this one's a short. Right back up there towards 107. So I'll be watching to see what happens in, of course, tech today. And we'll still watch to see what happens in the yen trade, right? And the China trade. I'm still watching for this, guys. At any moment, we could get a balancing act there. I'll call it a balancing act because it's a tough trade overall. Look at ATNF, held that 9 EMA and pushed another one. So the 9 EMA attempts are holding really well. I thought it was going to pull back there. I'll be honest, but it's not pulling back. It's holding those 9 EMA pullbacks. Goes up, pulls back, boom, right? So the 9 EMA is really working. And where is the 9 EMA and why does it work? Well, it works because of this. It works because it's part of the MACD. And you see right here, the exponential moving average, right? And so the light blue line is at 12 to 26, right? And then you got the 9, which is that yellow line, right? And you can see it here. That's so important, right? So as that continues to rise, this stock continues to rise. And so bounces off of that are working really well. So you see how it comes right here to it, comes to it, comes to it. This is exact education that I want to be showing you guys. And the truth is, hey, stay tuned, guys. We're working on more and more education for you guys right here on Trade the Pool. I want to show you guys more things like this so that you guys can have tools in your tool belt when you're trading, right? All right, let's go back to the chat here. Let's take a look at what you guys are talking about there before the open here. Not a bad one. I ended up going in again, taking that money. NNE, of course. Yes. It's a really nice one. ASPN, WVE, OKLO. Not bad ones to watch. I appreciate you bringing this in. Deshita, it's good to see you. Definitely haven't seen you in the chat before. It's always good to see some new faces. So definitely appreciate you dropping some stocks. Let's make some money today. Let's get after it. All right. What else we got out here? Some mentions in the chat. What's up out there, Walter? It's a good day to everybody. Let's get ready for the open. Little pinkies up action. I get a little bit more coffee. Get ready here. You guys see, I got a lot of coffee in me this morning. I'm ready to go. Speaking of which, let's go take a look at drug. All right, let's go to it. Let's take a look at drug. How's it trading here? There she goes on the downside, right back down. That's good action here. I'll tell you one thing, guys. A little part of me is thinking about adding to this on the swing trade. What do you guys think about that? That's a little bit of a tough one. But we'll take a look at the action here. Drug. Ooh. Is this really down there? Nah, it's just the spread. So one thing is for certain, always look to see if you're really down, because in this case, it's just the spreads down there, but it's not really trading down there, right? You got to look at where it's closing and where the closing price was. Things like that will help you. Let's look at drug here. Drug starting to make a move back down here. So that actually looks good. It needs to break the 25 on the downward action. And I'm looking for a washout at the open here. Back towards 20. I'll take the money and run. It won't be a bad trade at all, right? If I get a washout to 20, that's like a nice 485, almost 500 overnight. For 20 shares, guys, 20 shares. This only cost me $876 of exposure. You can't be mad when you're doing that, right? So really, really small exposure there on a trade that can make me $500. I mean, almost 100% when you think about it, right? I mean, I'm not going to be mad about making the money if we can get it down there. All right, let's see what happens here, guys. And of course, I can always set a stop loss in the green if I want to. Once the market opens, I can set this and it can work. I can set it at like $100 to make sure I make something. But the idea here is to make that bigger trade here. So we'll see what happens on this. All right, not going to have the target profit out there because it just shows my hand like I talk about. I don't like to have my hand just showing. But towards the bell, I'll be focused more on the swing, and then I'll work on the day trade action. That's the hard thing too, because you got to determine which one do you want to focus on right out the gates. ATNF now up there to $16, almost 18. It's ridiculous now. That, my friends, is a shoot right there. A little part of me feels like shorting this right here, but to tell you the truth, guys, shorting these rockets on day ones is not the thing for me. It's just not the thing. If anything, I think the long makes more sense, but it's very hard now, right? I mean, this stock has already gone 1, 2, and now it's on this expansion third move, right? And the expansion third move could go far, right? So it's on that expansion move right now. And I think that this could be a nice little kind of expansion up higher, right? And so that's what you got to be looking at. It's on that kind of ABCD wave. You can see it there. Let me kind of zoom back a little bit. There you go. So you can see it here, guys. This is kind of your A, B, C kind of pattern, right? And so the truth is that this is doing kind of multiple patterns within this. So it's doing the ABC, and then it's really starting to take off, and then it's really kind of in that more expansion mode here. So if you watch here on the 1, 2, 3, 5, right? Two. It's doing that kind of breakout, right? And it's on this long extension move. This is really the third move. I wouldn't call this the fifth, right? I'd call this the third, right? And so you can see how it's really kind of expanding there and really starting to take off. So at this point, it's on that big expansion. At some point, it should get a nice little pullback. I'll be looking for that out the gates. Right now, it's like just breakout city. It's a nice one, though. I'll tell you that much. And then also continue to watch other names, right? There's going to be a lot of stocks moving out there today, guys. Try to catch those as they start to get the movement. Here, WVE already getting a little lift here. 12.10, really pushing, right? Will this one make the next move? Keep an eye on it, guys. I'll be watching out the gates. Let's go to my Benzinga scanners here right before the bell. I can actually take a look at some other action here in the smaller names. I do have a scanner for that. So let's go to the pre-market movers. You can see here on the left-hand side, I have change by 5%, by 5 minutes. So change by in the last 5 minutes where the change is coming from. So we can take a look at this to see what's moving recently. Of course, you got your WVE there. You got your ATNF. There's even some warrants out on ATNF. That's an interesting play within itself, right? The warrants. But we'll see what happens there. Duo showing up there also. So I'll take a look at to see what's making a move here in the pre-market and continuing recently. So BDRX also in play there. 997, looking pretty strong right now. 991. Let's go take a look at that one. I'm going to set an alert here for different stocks out there, and I think that's what we need to do also. So setting alerts will help us catch the pullbacks. Looking for a pullback at least below the 14 today. We'll look to see if we break 18 on ATNF. Let's go to that BDRX. Looking like it wants to break $10, and this is one that could get going here, guys. So I would put this on the alert. You can see it in the morning. In the after hours, it rocketed. It's trying to catch the support here. Doesn't look bad at all here. I like that. I like that undercut of 9. So we'll be watching for this one to come back through maybe towards 11. I'll let you guys know if it does make that move. BDRX. So those are the 4 top ones, I think, and the smaller ones. WVE, BDRX, ATNF, and STEC. So this is not a bad one either, right? So you can see how it's reloading. 1, 2, 3, 4 times to break 150. Now could reverse out of this and maybe you make an attempt towards the resistance. Resistance up here towards like 320s, 330s. We'll see if it gets through there and really starts to make a move back towards 450. Not a bad one to watch, guys. Keep your eyes on all of them. Look for volume, look for big buyers, and look for the spreads that you want. What is the spread that you're willing to take? Because some of these are going to have 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cent spreads, and some of them are going to be wide. If you take a look at ATNF, let's take a look at that. The spread goes to 11. I just saw it at 11. Be careful with that, right? So how much size you have, you might be down 10, 11 cents immediately if you're buying on the offer, right? Things like this are all important to keep in mind, guys. I'm just trying to keep you guys safe. Of course, go make that money, but always understand that, right? And you can see it here already pulling back to the 14. Talked about how it looked like a short, but I'm not going to go shorting it up there. Now it starts to pull back. I'm looking for that cut down through the 14. And then the next move is down there towards 11 and 9, 10. Just how quickly these can fall, right? So that will help me take a look for drug and look for a real pullback there and drug and look at it now. It's coming down there towards the 30s. It's looking a lot better here towards the bell. So the 5-minute really starting to drop. Of course, this is on the swing trade that I have this. So I got to go ahead and get ready here, guys. Get ready for this swing trade action. We're going to get ready to go here in just a few minutes here, guys. It's 9:23. All right. All right, guys, let's go back to the main screen here. All right, guys, I'm going to take a second away from the screen, but I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, team. We got a lot more for you guys right here. Stick around. All right, team, I'm back like a track. Let's go. Let's get ready for the market here. Let's get ready for the open. I'm ready to get after it. The question is, are you guys out there? Let me just get some comment chats before we get things going here. How we doing out there, guys? What's up? What's up? Bitcoin breakout attempt. Ooh, Jonathan Rubert. It's good to see you in the chat, my friend. I think I catch you all the time on Twitter, so a personal shout out to you, my friend. It's good to see you out there in the chat. And it's good to see all you guys, really. I always love when you guys communicate with me through the chat, even if it's just a small hello before the open. It's always great to see you guys out there. I'll tell you guys the truth. We're building a community here at Trade the Pool. It's getting bigger and bigger, and I really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please, please. I got multiple mentions about my situations that I'm going through here, on how, you guys wish me the best and that you guys don't want to see me go through the struggles that I'm going through right now with the hurricane and stuff. So really big shout out to you guys. Much love to everyone out there that's a part of this Trade the Pool community, right? And at the end of the day, what we're all looking for is success for our families and wealth. Lovely wealth move wouldn't be bad, right? We're all trying to get another level up. If we can get to the high class, it would be great. But even in the middle class, right, we all could use that nice little extra income. So I wish you guys the best of luck today. Get after it, traders, and keep working hard at your trading. All right, let's keep going, guys. It's good to see you guys. Bitcoin miners definitely on watch, and CleanSpark is the hot stock, guys. We talked about that on Monday, right? I brought it up on Monday. It was definitely on the alert. I've talked about how I think Bitcoin could make a run to 100,000. Now, how do we play it? I was looking for a pullback to 10 or 11, right? I didn't get that, right? So let's look for that pullback that everyone's looking at it today. Be careful for the quick pullbacks. All right, we'll take a look around out there. Definitely see you guys out there talking about, of course, the big movers. Let's get to the market, guys. It's 9:26. We're ready to rock and roll. Has to be hard with young babies uprooted. Yeah, it definitely is, right? With the twins, it's a little bit harder. But hey, making it work, right? Like always, guys, traders, just like it is in trading, we got to deal with what's going on. We got to be able to handle things, not try to react emotionally, but react intelligently, right? And that's the important thing, guys. And that's what I've been going through. And that's one thing that I've been working at, right? I do it in trading. Why not do it in my personal life also? When things go wrong, just like they do in trading, what do? We focus on the system that works, right? I have a lot of adaptability, and I think that that's a great trait to have, right? You guys out there, let's keep working on our adaptability in trading and seeing how we can make that money today. Let's go. Resilience, exactly. We need to be building that up, because the truth is, hey, there's always going to be downs, ups, and downs in life. You've got to be able to handle them, just like in trading. Let's get after it. FJF, it's good to see you. Let's go. Let's get to this market. It's 9:28. Let's go, guys. Let's change the music. Let's get focused. Let's get ready to rock and roll. You guys know what it is. It's time. Let's go, traders. Let's go. Bell's coming soon here, guys. I'm excited. I'm pumped for the market today. I'm ready to make some money, man. I've been in a couple of trades that just haven't gone my way. And a lot of times all we can do is what? We can just set ourselves up. We can't worry about if the trade goes our way or not. We can just set ourselves up. Like on this trade right here on the swing, all I can do is set myself up for success for the bigger trade and see what happens, right? I took the trade yesterday after I saw a rule of three fail, right? And you guys know how I love my rule of three. I'll show you guys it really quickly here if I can get them drawn here. So you can see here, that's like the first breakout attempt, right? This first breakout attempt up here. Then you got a couple of more breakout attempts. You got a breakout attempt right here, right? And then you got one more breakout attempt right here. And then when I saw this fail, I was like, okay, time to go after it. Right here, when it came back, I started coming after it as soon as it started to break the support. So I shorted right at that area. Look where I shorted. I ain't lying. That's exactly where I went after it. Right there on the break of the support. So, hey, rule of three, fails on the fourth attempt, goes to support. That's the way I see things. At this level, now we get a down one, down two, up two, down three, up three. So shouldn't break this on the upside and should attempt to go down towards this low. I'm looking for a breakdown there right at the open for a nice sell into the wash. And then when it gets to like 20, be careful because it could come back in a hurry. So that's one thing to keep in mind here. Let's get ready, guys. It's 9:30. Let's go. Let's see what happens here. in, of course, lovely drug. What a ticker name. All right, here's the action, guys. I'm going to actually make it a little bit tighter because it's going to move fast there. Got to bring the target profit down here. Get ready to take target profit. So stop loss is what I'm going to be using versus the target profit, because if I use the target profit, it's really not going to help me here. All right, right out the gates, you can see we're coming down a little bit here. All right, looking good there. Now down to 25s, looking for a wash towards like 2250s and 20s. All right, starting to get a little bit of a bounce there. Just keeping a focus on there. Just got an alert there also. So got an alert there I need to go focus at, but hey, looking good right now. Let's see if this can go down there. I'm up about 300 on this, so looking to see if we can make another down action move. It started to make the move back towards 30. Did it halt? Ooh, I think it's going to halt here. Now I got to go ahead and be careful. There's the halt. So I could have taken the money right there. I was thinking about maybe just taking the cash. I'm not going to lie. Maybe a split second ago. Because now when it comes out of the hole, it's on the up action. It could open at like 35, 40s. It could open up back where I'm at, right? And so now what we got to do is got to be really careful when this opens up in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, guys. So right now it was what, like 9:30. I'm going to give it the 32 or 31. Yeah, so 31. So we'll give it to the 35. Let's go trading. Let's get back here in 5 minutes. You guys yell at me. Let's go trading, guys. Let's go look at some of the other smaller names. Let's go see what we can do. ATNF. There's the undercut of 14s recovery. That's the area that I was looking at, 14s. It did do a red to green here. Let's see if it gets really moving. I'm looking at BDRX also. I think I like this one a little bit more today, but that's just because it's a little bit further and less into the move, right? It hasn't broken out just yet. So I see 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let it try to wash out one more time. As it comes back there, that's when I'm going to be looking at this one. So I draw a trend line approach, right? And so I needed to come back through that trend line. So downward angle into, let me get a square here, rectangle. So I'm looking for attempts down, washouts into this area, right? So a wick here, and then a move back up through the 940s. Now, one thing I can clearly see here is the spread is insanely wide on BDRX. That's going to be very hard to get around. I will say that. So the spread is just too wide right now. So if I do go after this, I got to go after this with the smallest size. All right, just keeping an eye on the market because the ATNF is going to open up in a second. ATNF already up there towards 17s there. It recovered off that 14. Red to green action there. We'll see what happens on that. Let's take a look into the market, see what's moving out there. Definitely need to go towards my TC chart, so let's do that. Drug doing pretty well here. Let's see what's leading the gates today. Basic materials. Gold was going to be on my radar today. I didn't take the trade or didn't add it to the playbook because I added, what was the last one that I added there? I did Redfin. Of course, I wanted to keep an eye on Redfin today, but that's one that I'm watching. Gold, GOLD, nice little pop there to 2040s. So this actually looks pretty decent today, especially with the down action that was coming back into the market. So we could start approaching to hold these pullbacks and make a push towards 21 today in GOLD. I like the first push. I like a pullback now towards 2035. So let's go ahead. Let's set that up as an alert here. We'll take a look around. GLD about to open up there back on drugs, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. So 35s. I'm going to set an alert at 34 on the pullback. I do want to get in at that level, but you can see how it's spiking right now. I'm keeping an eye on it. Let's go to also VIXI and take a look at the market overall. VIXI already getting a spike. Q's spike down there, guys. Micron did do the spike to 107. Now could go red. So I'm watching to see if that's going to go red here. That's an interesting play for me on the short side of things. So 107 rejection. So you see how you gone up there? 1, 2, 3. Let's go up there to 107 one more time, fail, and then I'll be looking for a potential short on Micron. So I gotta go ahead and set alerts on these because that's the important thing. Get that alert, get set there. Gold looking good there. 107 attempt here. I'm gonna put an attempt alerts on both sides of this, watching it for takedowns. All right, BDRX. Is it going to tighten up there? Oh, it's already making the breakout attempt, guys. And there it goes up for the attempt to fake washout recovery there. So now I got to look to see where I could get in here. The problem is the spread. The spread's just massive, guys. The spread is like 80 cents. Like, that's just really hard to try to trade here. So if I trade it, I got to trade it with like 100 shares, but it's very difficult here. All right, there it goes towards the 10s. It's looking good there. I'm going to look to try to catch a drop back towards 920. All right, it's about to halt there, guys. It's about to halt at the 10. I had the good eyes on this. The problem with this one was the spread. So what you guys think about that BDRX? I'm trying to catch some comments in the chat here. What's up out there, traders? How we doing? That was a crazy little start open there. Stop on Micron. Okay, watching Micron over 106.15s. Hey, that's how it is. Fix the problem. Don't fixate on the problem. I love that one. Jane, I love this one. Fix the problem. Don't fixate on the problem. Love it. Love it, guys. Get after that market, guys. Go get that money today. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to drug also. BDRX halted. That was a good look, man. I like that one today. We'll see what happens. Let's go back here now. I need to go take a look at the swing trade. How's that doing there? All right, drug just reopened there. So watching drug, it's open. Looking for the downside to come in here, but it needs to come in fast. Watching it on a 15-minute to help me out, right? Not freak out, right? So at this point, just letting the stop work here, trying to make some more money. All right, at this point, I don't want it back through the 35, so I'm just going to leave it there as a stop and just let this start to work here. So at this point, I'm going to secure 150 on this trade. All right, secured 160. Now looking for potential target profit on quick moves down. So the 20 is where I could really see it kind of getting too fast. So I'm watching for that action there. Starting to come back a little bit there. We'll see if it gets back above VWAP, which is the 29. I'm still looking for a washout there. We'll see what happens on Workday. Workday is coming back a little bit on me, of course, with the negativity in the market. Got to be careful with that one. Got to set a stop. I'm going to set a stop at break even on that one because I've been in that one for a couple of days now. And if it comes back and gets me, it's fine to stop out and get back in. This is what I've been trying to do more and more of. Sometimes I get kind of picky on wanting to get back in. And that's so important. You got to be able to get back out, get back in. Get out, get back in. That's the way it goes, guys. All right, let's go back now. I can leave this alone as I got the trade set up there and kind of orders set so I can go trading. Let's go trading, guys. Let's go take a look to see what I can find here. STEC trying to come back there. It doesn't look too bad for an attempt back towards 3. Has been bottoming out here. VS, this one's looking pretty decent here. Let's go take a look here. Now back above the 450s. Let's take a look at the 15-minute or the hourly. Hourly right off the 4s. So that seemed to make sense off the 4s. Can it go back through 6? That's the level I'm looking for on the upside approach here. Looking pretty decent. I'm watching for quick pullbacks here, but it looks strong. Looks like it wants to get going here. Let's see what happens. Quick pullbacks towards 4s. All right, here's a quick pullback there, trying to catch some buyers there at the top. You can see it, how it caught some buyers here. Now it's going to approach the bottom here. We'll see if it breaks the bottom. If it comes right back to the top, I'm willing to buy it, but Just going to watch it here. There's another alert there setting off. What was that alert on? All right, looking around, guys. Not doing too bad right now. Looking around to see what's going on here. NNE, how's that doing? It's up 6% there. All right, here comes that recovery attempt on VS. Going to get back up through that 450s. It's trying that fourth attempt. This is the breakout attempt. Let's see if it does it. Failing right at the 450s again. So now you got this kind of pattern here. Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. Could go right through that and go for 4. Here's that fourth attempt, the breakout attempt here. There's MU starting to come down here. I like that trade a little bit more, but VS looked interesting there. Ooh, Micron with a big move to the upside. BDRX opening up. There you go, BDRX. BDRX now to 1060. So that was a really nice attempt around the 860s there. But you can see the spread on these things, and they're just so wide, guys, that it's very hard to trade. I got to be honest. Look at that down move there. That was a quick down move there. How's Drug doing there? Still just playing around his Drug, so we'll see if it makes a down move here. WVE, how'd that one do? That one's continuing. That one's done really strong. That's a really nice move there on WVE. That was mentioned in the chat. Really good mention. Woof, the strength on this bad boy. Really strong move there. ATNF trying to reload at the 14s. Trying to reload. Might just start to fail there. Looking at some other names to see what else is moving in the market right now. Let's go towards my main chart here and go find the trades here. Micron holding in here, going for that 107. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce back here in the market. Taking a look at the Qs. The Qs are not holding in as much as you'd like, though. Big downside there. How did the financials do right now? I'm taking a look to see what's up, what's down. Financials are up. What's down is defensive, technology. That's interesting there. Really interesting tape here. So just taking a look around. Basic materials, industrials leading to the upside. Cat's out the hat. Deer doing pretty well at the 404s. Will it make a run here? Pakar starting to go to the 106, 07s. Honeywell starting to look good as of late. That's one that I'll take a peek at. It's not looking too bad. Did fill the gap there. GE, will that continue to move? Lockheed Martin. I've talked about how it's important to see these hold up in the industrial space. Morgan Stanley continuing on the upside, and that's reversing the bank trade, right? So making the move back to the upside today right now, and this is how it goes on the bank trade, guys. Yesterday it was a short, today it's starting to become a long, and that's how it goes sometimes. Look at Bank of America pushing strong. This could reverse the market, though. This could get the market back as long as technology can get back in the green. If that can't get back in the green, though, yeah, you're seeing the takedown there. Apple takedown right now. NVIDIA on the takedown, definitely coming right back down here. So looks like it's about to come into this kind of bearish trend line. 132 cut down could be coming into play here for NVIDIA. There's that cut right back down. So I'm looking at Micron short now. Oh, yes, I like this Micron short. Micron short. Let's see if I can get it here fast enough. Micron short. I want to see a little bounce here. Trying to get into the 60 handle. 106.60 handle. I'm trying to get it up there. I might have to just jump. I'm jumping a little bit here, 50 shares, but I really want to add a little bit more. I went 50 shares here. Let's see what happens here. Definitely just trying to jump there a little bit there. Workday just got cut there, so workday. There's the hard hit down there. I'm looking for a move back towards 106 60s, 106 80s, but it's not happening right now, guys. I'm already in the green, but I want to be bigger on this, but we'll see what happens here. All right, washout happening here. That 107 rejection, really good look there. That's what I talked about in the pre-market. I went after it there. Just went small sizing because I'm looking for this bounce here. Looking for some kind of bounce right back into this area, and then I can add short there. If it just washes out here, hey, I'll just ride the 50 shares and see what I can make on it. All right, guys, if it breaks the support here, I'm just going to keep a stop loss here, and I'm just going to let it start going and just keep it stop loss and see what I can get. Maybe it gives me a little bit of a cushion. Definitely just made a top to bottom range move. So now I'm looking for bounces to add short and see if we get the takedown into Qs. All right, taking a look to see what's going on in drug and different names out there. So what I'm going to do is I'll go towards this chart. I can put Micron on the bottom left here. Okay, so there's Micron. Can keep an eye on Micron, but I also can watch some other names here. If you guys out there have some names to watch, look at Mara's fake out to the upside today. Clean Spark, is it coming down? I have a feeling we'd get pullbacks back towards 11 or 10 is what I'm looking for. It still hasn't gotten to 11. Taking a look at that, Hims is pulling back a little bit there. Looking around at different names. What about Verb? Whatever happened to Verb? Did that make a day 2 move? Look at Verb today, guys. That's one that I'd watch because that went all the way up to 17, has pulled back, but has gone sideways off this 10. At some point, if this could get back above, let's say 1030s, this is something to watch for in Verb. All right, Micron trying to bounce a little bit there. Let me go back to the main screen here and try to see if I can get an ad. It went right to my entry here, but didn't break it. So watching for a little bit of a pop above here to see what happens. All right, looking for an ad here, but not getting it just yet. Looking for a move right here around to the 60s and then going to look for it to start coming back down. As it comes back down, I want to get short, and I want to get short bigger. Try to see it take out this 105 here. Let's see what happens here. That's a nice little pop closer towards the 160s here. Nice rejection there. Trying to see how much I have available to me. So I'm going to take a look here. Okay, can't go do 200. Can I do 150? Nope. 100? Yeah, 100. I can add 100. All right, so just want to know how much I can add here and what's the risk here. So the risk is, of course, up here, 30 bucks right now. Back up towards the 107, I'll just get out. But if it comes right back down through my level, I want to add that 100 shares and go for the swing. Back through the 107, it could be a breakout back to the upside with technology. Looks good for it to start coming back. Then I'll look for quick action wash through. There we go. Looking good here on that first action. Let's see if it can wash it out. Go through the level there. Got to take a look at drug to see what's going on with that. Drug down to 23s here, guys. So in a second, I got to go to the main, the swing account. So this is how I'm going to do it. I don't want to show my hand right now, so just got to watch it for a second here. Got to focus on this trade. The swing account's doing its own thing. All right, looking good here. Just want to see it wipe out back below the VWAP, really. All right, ready to take a $30 hit if I need to. Here it comes to approach with $30. So 106 recovery, 107 recovery is definitely not what I want to see here. All right, looking good for right now. Let's see if this candle can go red on the next candle. All right, looking good on the first action. Let's see if it goes back through my line here. Looking good. Let's see if we can get it to move now. Back to the green side, not what I wanted to see, but of course, just ready to get out if needed. It's taking a long time. Want to go take a peek at the swing account and try to push it a little bit more on the trade. I don't want to miss the entry on this one, so that's why I'm sticking around right now. All right, let's see if it goes for the move now. Both ways, it's trying to break. Big candle down to 106 would be nice. All right, looking around, guys. There's some little red there. Let's go. Let's go. Go for that breakdown. Testing the support right now. It just recovered off that support right here. So that's the area where if it washes through one more time, I feel like we got that. The only problem is, can it wash through that? So I'm going to be looking at that level. I'll move back into this space, and it's Green City on the upside. So you can also be looking for the breakout above. We'll see what happens. I always give both sides, right? The bullish and the bearish move, right? At this point, it's trying to do a bullish recovery, and holding VWAP is an important level now. So you see it's approaching that breakout attempt here. Second, I'm going to drop the stop and protect myself here. All right, here it comes to try to get me. I'm going to risk 39 here, guys. I'm going to push it the tiniest amount right now just to give it the pennies towards this high. Canceled for right now. You saw I put the stop to add on the downside. There's a little bit of a recovery try through the 107. Don't want to see it recover through that 107. That's the breakout. So it's trying to hold that break right now back to the upside. So here's that attempt back towards the upside here. You might get an attempt back here. Back to 106 is what I'm looking for, but it needs to go hard to 106. Okay. First action looking decent. Just needs to kind of reject that. Back through the 107, and it's probably going to break through the high. So no need to get out if it goes back through 107. So you see how it just approached 107 and rejected it? That's what I'm looking for. Does it back through that 107? It's going to find some buyers. Slight wicks right by the 107. So you see the slight moves in the offer. Just give the 107. Do you want to take it? Do you want to take it? Do you want to take 107? So it's offering it right now. Let's see if they take it. They're rejecting it right now. That's a good sign for me. Maybe not a good sign for the bulls, but all right, guys, I'm going to set this right here because it's probably going to at least attempt down here. Could come back and get me. I really wanted to break that 106.80s, and then I can just let it go and then go take a look at the swing trade. There we go. That's a good first action there, guys. All right, canceling the stop. Just going to take a quick peek to this swing trade. Still in there, guys. Still in drug. Still in drug. Let me take a look here. All right, target profit is getting closer and closer. I'm going to move it down here to get it away from the action, but also move the stop loss lower. So secure like 250. I got like 400 right now that I can take. I'm just looking to see if it can not come back above VWAP. So if I can keep taking the stop loss a little bit further, closer towards the VWAP recovery, that's what I want. So there I secured there 296 and giving my potential to make maybe like 600, right? So I'm going to give the 600 outlook. That's down towards 1392s. This is not recovering by any means right now. It's been on the fade and it could keep fading here. So you see where I'm at on the recovery back through, let's say 28. And I could look at this on as a buy, right? All right, let's go back to the action. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to take a look at the swing trade. This is the hard part of life, right? Being on both sides, the swing trade and, of course, the positive side. There you got an attempt on Micron back up, and it fakes out again through the 107. So at least looking good through that 107. Know that back up here, need to get out. Holding well on this 107 is Micron. So, all right, guys, here comes a breakout attempt here. Keeps recovering, so could go for a nice breakout here. I'm going to set stop here because I gotta go ahead and understand the risk here, right? At this point, there's no point in staying in the trade if it goes above this level. Let's see if they get me. Coming to get me. Went down to that 109, but couldn't do it. $40 is a perfect amount of risk that I've been taking. So there's that risk here, guys. It's probably going to get me. Let's see it. It's close. It's close. It's close to getting me. And back down through the 107. Let's go. Let's go. Wash right back down. Wash right back down here. Ready to drop it if I need to, guys. If it goes back to green, I'll just drop the candle. There's the red that I was looking for. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Give me that red. That red candle. $106.80s. Let's see if it cuts down through that $106.80s here. That's that. There it is. There we go. Now we're looking a lot better. Come on. All right, hard hit down here. At least we know back towards 107. Yeah, you get out, right? So at least I got that move now. Can look to see if we get some more downside in the market here and just set the stop and try to let this work. I will take the ad back through my entry and then look for the breakdown through the 105. We'll see what happens here. Short on Micron. And of course, this is a trade going against ASML. So would like to see ASML also be coming down and technology overall coming down here. So that's one thing I would keep in mind is taking a look to see if we can get ASML towards the red. And you can see the MACD crossed over there. So that's looking a little bit better. ASML down towards 690s. Can it keep going lower today? AMAT, another one that I'm looking at here to see if it keeps going lower. And so the Qs, will we get another leg lower here? It's been an ugly open here. Definitely VXX still going higher. It went from 53.70s to 54.55. So definitely downside action taking control today as the techs take a big hit. Will Apple come back here? Watch out, team. They look like they're trying at least. Got a lot of alerts out there. ATNF, a lot of alerts coming from ATNF. Micron, of course, those alerts there. Gold giving me an alert there. Drug, of course, that's giving me an alert there. WVE, how'd that one do? WVE, I wonder. Look at that. Bounce off of the VWAP. So not what I wanted to see there, guys. So didn't get the ad entry here. Let's see if it does do the takedown, though. I have the trade set up here. Now bounce back into this area and I can just get out for a small loss, like 20 bucks. So let's see what happens. I'm really looking for that downside to really play in now. All right, let's take a look at some of the smaller names, see how those are moving here. STEC finally got above $3. We did get a breakout on VS. That was a nice little triangle pattern. And that reverse right back to the upside. Big breakout there, guys. Nice move there. That was a good looking candle. Good looking trade there on VS. ATNF now coming back down towards $8. So destruction there, guys. Right back down there. BDRX, a harder one even more. So that's down. Now WVE back at VWAPs. This looks interesting here. Back at the 13s. It's trying to balance out here. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts now. I'd like to double bottom here, triple bottom, and then start working back through 1360. We'll see what happens there. All right, going back to Micron here. It is coming back to the upside breakout attempt here. So just be careful, guys. This looks like it wants to break right back out here. Going to be careful and not let it get back above the 107s. Ready to set the stop here. If it hits 107, I'll just set it. You can see how it gapped up. When things gap up like that, you got to be careful. It could be a 10 a.m. number that affected it or something affected it there. So at this point, I'm setting my stop. My stop ad is still there if it washes out. But I know the risk. I know both sides of the trade. Just let it work. At this point, I'm going to show my hand. Because whichever way the stock goes, I want to be ready to trade the next one. All right, WVE, I could still get after that. So let's go take a look at it here. We're going to get the Micron move. I've been wanting to take an ad on this thing, but it's not going anywhere, man. Let's get the washout. All right, let's go take a look there. WVE. WVE bouncing already there, guys. Starting to come back there. This one's probably the best looking one right now. I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart to see it a little bit further back. see where I can see the pullbacks come into 13 on the pullback. So if there's a level to look for, I'll be watching for 13 on the 15-minute chart pullback. So back through 13s is something I'll be watching for. Can it do one more fake out down? We'll see. Tesla, how's that doing? It's holding in today, guys. It's trying to get the motor going. So if we can go green in the Qs, maybe Tesla's the move, right? So I'm watching for that. We'll see what happens on the trade here. Markets could still go green, and then all of a sudden Tesla can come back roaring. So I'm watching for Tesla to see what happens there. SMR, of course, doing strong moves in the pre-market, continuing the strength at the gates here. Strong move there. Now NNE trying to recover. So I'm looking at NNE. It's been pulled back enough here. Can it get back above the 17 today? Not a bad watch for 17 recovery here. It's trying to recover. It's 1, 2, 3. Looking for that fourth bottom towards 16, and then a move back through 1650 in NNE. All right, here it goes. Micron with the setup. Will it do it? I don't think so, man. Right now, it's not looking the best. I'm just leaving it because, hey, sometimes when, like, I could cut the trade right here, but there's no point. At this point, it's just let the trade and let the market work. Like, what does the market want to do? Whatever it wants to do, right? And so I'm not going to tell it to do anything. I'm just going to let the trade work here. I think the stop is affecting it here. Watch this. I'm going to take this off here. Let's see what happens. See if it comes down and takes that out now. All right, let's go, Micron. Let's go for that breakdown move. All right, struggling here in the 60s. Here comes an attempt towards 50, I feel like. So I'm just ready to put my stop out there. But I took it off for a second just to get the pressure here. Now I throw it up there. Now do you want to come and give it to me? There we go. 106.48. There we go. About to add. And you saw how it got me and came right back up, right? So got to be careful with that. Now my risk has to be around $70. So I can risk 70. That's about it. Really looking for this to get towards break even now. Want it to break VWAP now and keep heading right back towards the lows. So back into this area is where I'm looking for it to go. 106 takedown. All right, looking to maybe add potentially if we can get down there to the 106.10s. All right, ready to add another 25 if it starts to break down here through this level. But right now, it's already coming back on me right here. So it might stop out for 60, 70. You see how it caught me right there on that stop, though. It definitely caught that 106.40s right on the bottom there. Market's a little choppy here, guys. It looks like we're going to come back up and do an up attempt at least. Here's that up attempt right now. Trying to recover here, guys. Got to be careful. This trade's just slow, man. That's the big thing too. Just slow. It's a rejection towards the 70s, but it could just pick right back up here. All right, starting to look like a recovery is about to happen here, guys. So if it happens, it's okay. I can shake the one loss and look for the next win, right? All right, setting it there because it looks like it's coming back to me. Now, I don't want to get caught on a big spike through 107 here. So setting it there might get me hit here. I put a little bit of room here just to give it a cent or two. But there you guys have it. Just got hit there. So it's just how it goes sometimes, guys. Taking a hit there. Not too much, right? Down 79 on that. Let's go taking a look to see if we can find some up action in the market here. So now WVE looks interesting there. Even drug in a second is going to be looking interesting as we start to get these up moves back. That's where I'll be paying attention to. Look at VS. That just fell off the tape. Now can ATNF make a comeback? Now this is one that I can maybe look at to see if it wants to come back off a VWAP pullback. So all right, so support is around what, 950s, 960s? Yeah, 960s. Looking at that $9 recovery. All right, trying to consider the risk and reward here, and I like it. I'm going to take a shot on this, guys. I just got to do it with the right sizing. So I think that sizing to me is going to be closer towards at least the start is going to be 25, trying to get to 50, trying to get to 100 eventually. On this drop, I'm going to try to get some ATNF. All right, it's dropping, it's dropping. I saw 920s for a second there. NNE greater than 650. So NNE coming back today, guys. All right, I like how it's holding this 9 now. Looking for 950s, 960s, and then I'm going to get in. I'm looking at the offer, right? So on the right-hand side. Come on, 950s, 950s. Go red candle. I'll take the entry. There's 950s on the bid, not on the offer though. That was a quick one. It went to it. The spread went wide though. 960. All right, I'll take a shot there, guys. I took a small piece there. Gives myself a chance to risk down to the bottom, $30, right? So it's only 25 shares on the first piece. I want to add another 25 shares, but once it starts to get back through 10. This is a hard trade, guys. I'm going to attempt to do here. All right, guys, back through 10 is where I want to get that add. So what I could do is I could do a stop there, but I'm going to wait for the market. I'm just waiting for it right now to start making its move back above this high right here. So this high is 990, right? Right when it comes back through 10, I want to go ahead and take the add of 25. All right, starting to come back here towards the 10. Here's 10 starts to show. Okay, now I'm looking for anything below 10. And look how it just starts popping here. So orders out at 990s. I want to go ahead and start adding, but I'm adding on pullbacks. I'm not adding on breakouts. 960s. Okay, now it's starting to break out here. So I can go ahead and take one shot in a second here on a pullback, like maybe 10 shares. I'm not trying to go too hard. I'm trying to slowly go into this, guys. Watching the offer right now. Looking for my 990 to get hit, and then I can focus on that. After that, I want another, what I'm going to have, 50. All right, we'll take another 25 on an 11 break. All right, there you guys have it. So I have an ability to add on the pullback, an ability to add on the breakout. So also going to pull back a little bit further towards the 980s, just in case I can get this pullback to 980s here. If it breaks to 11, I will go ahead and I'll add there. Then got to start managing here, guys. So taking a shot here, guys. This is a tough play, I will say. It's not an easy one here. Already got a nice little move there. There we go. Got the add there. Now I got to be careful for takedowns here. All right, canceling this ad right now. In a second, I'm going to be break even. I'm just looking for this to pop through the high, which is the next move, which is through 12 here. Got to be careful for pullbacks. Still, it's about 45, 60, so it's at least manageable on the pullbacks. I still got an okay size. Back through 11, I can add some more. So that's what I'm going to be looking at here. Got to be careful for the takedown. It just did that takedown attempt. Okay, let's set up here to go back in another 25 through 11. Okay, back through 11s. I'll add another 25 here. Just slowly getting in it, guys. Slowly getting in it. Of course, this is the limited account. With a bigger account, I can take some bigger sizing. Takes a shot on this. Remember, I can't risk too much on this account. It's only about like 300 a day, so got to make sure that I'm staying within my range here. All right, catching up with you guys in the chat for a second here. What's up out there, traders? How we doing out there? Hot stocks going on right now. Clean Spark, Wolf, Iron. All right, Riot flying high. You'll get it. Micron sticks in that range. Yeah, that was a tough one. Glad I did 4 trades in ATNF early. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. This guy looks like a good trader. Kevin, with some love. Good to see you, my friend. I appreciate it, man. At the end of the day, guys, I try to show you guys the way that I professionally approach the market, right? I'm not a professional, but at the same time, I'm going to get after it that way. I hope you guys are doing the same. Let's get back to it. Let's take a look here, guys. Market is crazy out there, guys. Wrong button. Don't need that. Let's go back to it. All right, guys, looking good here. Nice little first move. Nice first action here. Now let's see if we can get it through this level. It's already come down to my break even. So at this point, if it starts to come back down, I might just let the stop go. Oh, there we go. Now we're starting to get the sizing. Now we really need to be careful for pullbacks. Looking for the breakout above 11s here. Any pullback, and I got to be careful for it because the risk starts to be bigger now. There's the breakout attempt. Let's see if it goes to 12 here. 12 is what I want to see, and then I can leave the break even stop. I'm trying to break even stop now. I don't want it to come back at me, but I don't want to show my hands just yet until it breaks that high to the left. If it could break that high to the left, we'd be looking really good. That's above towards 12. There's the 1130s. Can we get towards the 1150s and really start to move here? I'm up about 50 bucks here. So in a second, I'm going to leave this stop. Just need to see the breakout above that level. If this candle goes red, I'll drop the stop. There we go. Looking good for the breakout. Let's go for it. Ooh, it's right there. Will they take it, guys? It might come back on me. If it does, I'll break even stop and look to get back in it with the same share size. So I hope you guys appreciate me showing you guys how to get after it with a share, like a spread like this. And what I did was I just came at it very slowly. That's what's helped me here. Would I have wanted to get more down there at, like, let's say 10? Yeah, but the truth is what you want and what actually happens, right? All right, guys, let's see if this can actually make the move here, guys. It just needs to go back through that high and then really starts moving. Really can go back towards like the halt game that we've been seeing. Let's see what happens today. Can it go back into the up action and the up euphoria here? Going to get a test towards my level here as it keeps going lower. I don't want it to go red, so I'm willing to get out and now I just get back in. If it catches me and then all of a sudden it just rockets, hey, that's how life goes, guys. So you give yourself opportunities, set yourself up, let the market make you a winner, not you making yourself a winner. This is not about that. It's about letting the market work here, guys. Will it go? Will it go? Let's see it. Where's the little wall? 30s? Yeah, 38. 38 and 40. Got to be careful here. It's coming back. Could easily come back and get me. So it's one thing I'm just keeping on. Down attempt here towards my level. Will it bounce off of my level or will it cut me out? It's bouncing right now. Need to take 11s and then go back and take 12s. Okay, looking really good on that bottoming action. Definitely not going to let this candle go red now. Got to be really careful. Just keep watch. Now the only thing I'm really focused on is just, does the candle go red? Candle goes red, I drop my stop loss and I be careful. But if it just rips out through 12, guess what? We can make that money that I'm looking for, right? And so that's what I'm looking for here. Let's see if we get it. Now we're approaching that breakout towards the highs. Let's go and see if they can just take the volume here and you just see big volume start to stack. Looks good there. It starts to approach the high. Now it's starting to pull back. This is when I start being careful. There's the breakout. Come on. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. We've been setting ourselves up here, guys. It just hasn't, we haven't gotten one continuation move. Let's see if we can get one continuation move in this ATNF today. Just trying to make the move here. Pull back to the VWAP, and I'm just going to get out break even. You see how it's coming back to the VWAP right here? This is where it gets a little dangerous. It's trying to spread out and get somebody. Spread out there for sure and got somebody there at the VWAP. That's why I'm slightly below. But if I was at VWAP there, I would have got hit. Watching it here. Come on. Pick up the volume and go. Okay, right here. Make it or break it. Let's see it. Make it or break it moment here in my trade. There we go. Looking good. Take those 1150s. Let's go to 1250. Let's do it. Let's get a move on here, ATNF. There's the approach. There's the 1150s here. Doesn't want to do it. Come on. It's coming back on me, guys. It's coming back. It doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to do it. Keeps fighting those 1150s, guys. So that's the level that I'm looking to see show up, and I would be watching that on the time and sales. I don't have a time and sales window open right now because I just don't have the screen space, but that's what I'd be watching for. Can I get a big order to show up at 1150s? If that shows up, we're in the clear here. Let's see if we can get through that. 1150s, 1150s, 1150s. Look at that. 30s, 30s, 40s, 39 hitting. Can we see the 50s show up there? 30s hits and it just goes right back. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's that blow off top, but it could come right back and get me. So we got to be careful here. This is what happened last time. So on this point, I'm going to be making sure that I at least take 180 if I can get the move back up to that spot. So let's see if we can get it. $200 trade, and I'll take this off, guys. So I'm looking for a little pop off here. Let's see if we can get the pop off. It's starting to make the pop here. Let's see if we can get it up there, maybe 1250s. Let's see it. Now it's starting to pop there. Now we're getting that money back here. Let's see if we can get it up there to like 12s, 13s. I'm going to move the stop loss with this to make sure I get at least the money that we lost right now, the 70 bucks. Let's see if this can make another pop here. There's a pullback opportunity. Just trying to make sure that I at least make some money today, guys. So let's see if we can get this. Looks good. Looks good on the first action. Let's see if it doesn't pull back at all here. I'm going to take off the target profit, see if it just rips here. It's spreading out. It's trying to grab some 12 buyers here. It's a really good trade so far. Just need to go ahead and cash. Let's see it. How much does this want to ride up? Let's see it. Looking good here, guys. First action, nice push here. So I'm going to secure $100 here. All right, guys, just secured $100. Looking for this to keep pushing. It needs to keep pushing, though, for me to stay in it. If not, I get out. Right? It found 12 buyers. So if it goes back to 12, I want to get out here. So at least we'll make 98. Now looking for that expansion move higher. Let's see if we can make, 270. Trying to play with it right now. Let's see, guys. Let's see it. Good trade here, guys. What you guys think about this one, guys? Broken down here. ATNF here. All showing you guys it all, guys. Showing you guys the entries. Showing you guys how I go about it there. What you guys think about this trade? Would love to hear it. If I was if I wasn't in the red for today, I'd hold break even on this and really let it go for a big breakout here. Let's see if we can get it up to $300. That's the max that I can make on this trade, because that'd be the 30% there, right? Around the 30% is something definitely to watch for. It's pulling back, trying to catch the 1250 buyers. If it comes back through the 12s and hits me at 1180s, so be it. But I'm setting up here for the continuation move and through back towards, let's say, 1450s, right? So let's see what happens here, guys. I cancel for just a second here. Just give it a second to not look like I'm setting up there. So not trying to show my hand right now, but as it pulls back here towards 12, I definitely will let it go. All right, letting it go here just in case it hits me there. You guys can see it's right on the bid there. Boom, just took my money. So that's how it is sometimes, right? But if this could come back to VWAP. So that's the one thing that's a little bit scary, right? If it comes back to VWAP, I can buy it back and use that money that I just made now in the green, right? So now I can buy it back and just take another shot at it. Like it off the 11s, but I'm going to look for one more attempt back through that 11 and then coming back up. Starting to work its way down here. You got to be careful for a little bit of a washout attempt here. So didn't get as much as I was looking for, but if it would have broke out, let's say to 16 all the way up to the highs, how much do we make, right? That's what I'm trying to set up for, guys. Let's go take a look at the swing trade. I'm not in any trade right now. It is pulling back below the 10, 11s. I'll see what happens if it reloads there. Rug is still working for me, guys. So that's one thing I'm definitely noticing. It is getting closer and closer, though. So I'm going to keep dragging the profits. So now securing 326 and going to move the target profit a little lower. So just dragging drug down, and on the swing trade, trying to make more. All right, guys, 10:30 here, guys. How you guys enjoying the day? What's up out there, traders? ATNF, right? We made 90 there, lost to 80 on Micron. So ATNF, let's see if we can get back in it here. There's a move back towards $10 here. Can we go ahead and get it off of that and then come back through 11s is what I'm looking at here. I did hear somebody coming in the back. Let me see what's going on there. Looks like my man Danny's out there. Check a second out there. We'll see what happens. 1040s, $10. Bounce off of 10 really didn't look too bad there. See what happens if this really wants to start working its way back here. Looks good back through the 11. I don't mind taking the shot. Just got to be careful. Got to be able to get in and out of a trade like this. Could be a takedown now. All right, guys, moving towards the deeper time frames, and that's what I need to do here. So I see here now 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to try to wash out the VWAP. Could still recover back through 11 and then make the move. That's why I'm taking a look at it, guys. That's why I think that it could go right back here through the 11s and then get the next spike. It could have just washed some traders out, and now it gets right back in and really makes the move back up. All right, the way that I do this is the same way, right? Small and then working my way up as the size starts to work. All right, I want to take a look at some other trades really quickly to see if there's anything that makes more sense to me, right? And so right now I'm looking around to see how's this trading, right? Qs came back up, but now could wash right back down, right? How's Tesla doing here? Did Tesla get green? It tried to get green and now cutting right back down. So we could see some further downside action come in. BABA recovering a little bit today. It has been trying to recover. Looking around at those names out there. See what's making a trade here. Gold came all the way right back down. So that didn't hold in. Financials are holding in there. Deere, how's that doing? Not that bad. Redfin's trying to make the move. Really can't keep going. This is looking good and maybe potentially on the swing. I'll keep an eye on it, guys. All right, catching up with you guys in the chat. What's going on out there, traders? How we doing? All right, let's see what happens to this ATNF. They want to take another trade on it, guys. I'm willing to do it, guys. Let's see what happens here, right? This is going to be a trade that can make or break a lot of accounts, right? So you got to be careful with this, right? It's going to attempt here 10 one more time. Let's see if it breaks 10 on the downside. If it does, it starts to let go in my eyes, and it's just a wash, right? But if it can hold here and come back, that's what I want to see. See how it's trying to wash the 10 right now. The stops are being triggered right there at 10. All right, holding that recovery right now. Holding that recovery for the time being. It could though crash down here through the 10. So that's why I'm just waiting here to see what happens. On the 5-minute, you can see how this approach starts to look bearish, and then you can recover, go to green, right back up through that. So I kind of like this approach right now. All right, guys, 10 recovery here. So I'm going to go ahead and get like 25 shares to start here. Looking for anything in the $10 spot. Closer to 10 is a lot better to be in. So I'm trying to get there, but You know how it is, guys. The spreads are hard to deal with sometimes. Try not to overreact to the first green candle here. Hand off the trigger. You can always do this too. Like I could set it up here and just do like 75 and then also buy off the ask or buy on the bid, the button, right? This is also another option. Come down to the lower 10s and then I'll take a starter at least. Come on. It's already going back towards the 11s right now. Struggling here, guys. It's struggling. All right, looking around at the other ones here, guys. Going to take a look at VS. Let's take a look at that one. I know I liked that one earlier. It has pulled back towards a good level there, $6, and made a move all the way up to $9.50. So this one has also made a really nice move on the day. Going to take a look at it here to see where we're looking at. 1, 2, 3. Could get that fourth attempt down there towards the VWAP, but it looks like it's holding 6 now. Could make an attempt back. We'll see what happens here. It's definitely one to keep an eye out for. We'll see. There's that 6 attempt one more time. Let's see if it holds that 6 attempt and then goes green bar on the 5 minute. Doesn't look bad here. It started to recover there off that 6 there. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 bottoming actions. I like it here, guys. VS here. Let's go with this one here now. 100 shares. I like it here. Man, it's a little bit different sizing there. Let me see what I can get here. All right, back down into the 615s. Would love to get 6 here. Try not to jump to 640s. Just give me a second here, guys. All right, guys, that was a nice little pullback to 6 here, guys. So boom, let's go for it, guys. Just took 100 shares there on that pullback. Looking to see if VS can go a little bit higher here. Took 100 shares here really quickly, so I got to be careful with the risk, right? Want to keep it to about $30, $40 on the first action. When it goes back through 640s, I want to go ahead and take the ad. That'll bring me to 620s. I'm looking for a run to 7. Right? Let's see if we get it here. Of course, the first risk will be about 30, $40. That's what I've been trying to keep things to. Let's see what happens. If it can hold the $6, recover 6, and then really start flying here in VS. I like the setup, right? The setup is there now. I just need to start making the move back above 640s. There's that first action there. Good look in action there, and it started to get the movement there. Now we got to just keep an eye on it. It's moving. Just keep an eye on it. Got some movement. It was a quick scoop to 620s, and then it stopped. Got to be careful for a cut down through the 580s here. Can we recover here? We'll see what happens here, guys. There we go. Back towards 6. Let's see if it holds now. I want to see 640s go quickly here. Opportunity to buy 6 here is being rejected. That's not a good sign there. Should have got back through 6 on that. It seemed like I had the momentum to get through there. So looking at it right now and see what happens here. Does look like it's struggling. Yeah, it struggled to find buyers there at 6. So let's see what happens here on this next candle. But it did struggle to find buyers there. Let's see if it finds some buyers at 6 here. ATNF holding around the $10 spot. I'll be watching that one also, but this one seemed like a nice setup there, so I went after it also here. It's 10:41, guys. We got about less than 20 minutes left here. Smash the like. Let me know if you guys enjoy the action here, guys, by just hitting the subscribe or the like button so that I know that, hey, Trade the Pool's like, yep, I got to keep Mitch on because they're enjoying it out there. Here's a hit, guys. There's an attempt down here. Got to be careful here. Definitely don't want it back through that VWAP there. So it just attempted towards that 552. I'm going to drop this in a second here. Don't want it through that low. It did do an attempt there through the VWAP. That's okay. But if it goes and breaks this candle, yeah, I'm out. Look how it's attempting it right now. All right, guys, got to drop it here. Boom, triggered, guys. And it's okay. It's okay because the truth is I gotta be careful. Gotta be careful on these trades, right? This can still go back up. I could still get back in it. It's how the day's been, guys. It's been back and forth, guys. So down 30, 40 bucks here, but these type just haven't gone, right? And that's how it's going to go sometimes. We'll see what happens in ATNF. Can still take a look at this a little bit later to see if it holds and recovers 10. Right now, it's fading right now. And so we'll just keep watch on it, right? That's what it's about right now. It's a back and forth battle in these smaller names. We'll see what happens in VS. Can it just recover back? Yes, it could. But wasn't going to give it the chance to wash out there through the 540s, $5, and then take a big hit, right? That's not what I'm here for. I'm going to keep battling here. We'll see what happens. Definitely a little bit of some chop action in the 5 minute. Now holding that VWAP on VS. We'll see if it can keep making a move today. WVE was another one that we were looking at there. Let's take a look at that chart. That chart's starting to pull back now off of the 15. All right, let's go to the swing trade really quickly to see what's going on there. Are we still in it? Yeah, still in it here, guys. All right, what's going on here? Why am I short on workday? Should not be short on workday here. I think I had 2 stops placed here. Got to be careful here. What is going on here? Oh, failed orders. All right, that was freaking me out there for a second there, guys. Sorry about that. Here, positions. All out. Filled order. Drug out at 27.50 for 325, guys. And out of workday for $7 loss there. I will take that, guys. Drug, is it coming back? Oh, it's coming back, guys. It's coming back on that spike. Got me out. Drug is coming back now. Now, you might see the sympathy come into those players that we were just looking at. So I'm just going right back to it. I'm going to go focus on it. ATNF, probably the top name. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to go for it here, guys. I'm going to take a small chance here. Let's take a shot here off the 10. There you guys have it. Just took it there right on 10. Let's see if it can really start to move here. Took about 75 shares straight up. So got to be careful with the takedown through the bottom, but looking for this to get back through the VWAP and really start rocking and rolling here. Could take another 75 shares. I think I had 150 of this earlier. So just going to take a look at it there. I think it was all 75. Yeah, 75. That's all I need here. So let's see what happens. Let's see if this really can rock and roll, start rocking, get to a halt. That's what I'm looking for. Taking some shots on the smaller games today, guys. We'll see what happens. It's definitely a trade that a lot of traders are watching. So I want this to start holding 10, really. That's where we want to break out from and go straight to that 11. Back towards 11, I might take a little bit of an ad here. See if I can get 20 more shares. I think I got 70 shares there right now. Yeah, 70. Nothing crazy though, because these things, when they finally move, if they go for a big rocket move, I don't need many shares to make good money. All right, catching up with you guys in the chat. What's up out there, guys? What do you guys think about the drug? Will we get these to start moving here? Let's take a look at them and put them side by side. DJT recovering today. Let's take a look at the Qs really quickly. Qs starting to bounce a little bit there. The SPY bouncing a little bit there. That could get a little bit of a bounce there. XLF is one that I'd be watching on that bounce. If the market comes back, that'll be looking decent for the up action there. Let's put drug here and keep an eye out on drug when it reopens. It should be reopening anytime soon here. And it did reopen. It reopened on the down halt. So got to be careful there as it went down here on that. So be careful here, guys. Let's see what happens here. Move back down through the low, $32 risk there. Seems perfect for me, right? I'm keeping my risk managed here with this smaller account, looking for the kind of the breakout here. But drug came right back down, caught me on the spike, and then came back down on that spike. So be a little bit upsetting if it just keeps going lower. But hey, that's just how it goes sometimes. The only thing you can do is keep it going, man. Keep it moving. But drug was a great trade on the swing. Can't be mad at all on that swing. Overnight, $400. I'll take it. Look how much we're working here for $39, right? That's why I like swing trading a lot of the times. All right, trying to see if this ATNF can recover 10 really, and then really go towards 11 is what I'm looking at. It's not being able to do it just yet, guys. It might just kind of fade off here. This one just recently spiked and we got out here. So we took some gains, but not as much as we wanted to. Let's see if it makes another move on the 15-minute, right? I mean, a move to the top and with just this 70 shares is a nice 300, right? So I don't need to go too crazy a lot of the times. I just need to stay within the range that I can handle. Here's it going back towards the 1050s. Starts to look a lot better here. In a second, I'm going to try to add the nice 30 shares here. Nothing crazy. Just starting to add as I start to see the green go in my favor. Right? So where's the resistance? Trend line draw. Trend line draw. Now starting to hold that. That looks great there on the first action. That looks good. Now pull back towards like 10 underneath 1050s. I can take this ad. See 1060s. Let's see if I get below 1050s here. No pullback there. That's a good sign. That's a good sign there. Little to no pullbacks are good signs. That's good. That means buyers are jumping on the offer. All right, guys, taking the ad there and just added there now, really starting to let this work here. And you got to be careful for the risk now. Towards the bottom is $70 still. So at least keeping things in a manageable space, but now really looking for this to ride up and go. And that's that first action looking great here. Now let's go back to the main screen here. Keep it on the main screen and take a look at the action here. Looking good on that first pop there. All right, big levels to watch are back here towards 13, right? That's an area that we got to keep an eye out for. Now we're getting this kind of 5-minute move. right? So got to keep close to it. Resistance here is going to be closer towards that 13. And if we can get through that, that's going to be the level to watch for. Now up $100, trying to stay in the battle today, guys. Down 32. In a second, I'm going to guarantee a green day. See if we can get one to really pop here, man. Let's go, team. All right, guys, this is starting to pull back a little bit here. As it goes, man. If it goes, it goes, right? That's what we got to be thinking about here. We'll see if it can make the move here, going towards the 1 minute, but man, is it coming back on me in a hurry? This one's a tough one, man. Can we get one move today in these smaller names? I think we can, but the buyers are just not letting it run. All right, guys, in a second, I'm about to break even on this, guys. I won't let myself lose on this position now because that's the truth. You can't let myself lose on it. Looking for the pop above the highs there towards the 1140s and going towards 12. Let's see if we can get it there. If not, back down towards the 1040s, 1030s. Got to get the heck out. It's going to be a washout through 10. Don't want to be a part of that. Come on, come on. Holding for now, but not really the action that I'm looking for, man. It should get that nice little pop real quick. There, you guys see it. Be careful. I'm setting a $6 out there. It could get me. It got me, guys. The market makers are just taking this stock, guys, and that's the hard part there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful because the washout there could be through 10 and further. And it came back and got me, right? It could just go right back up here now, make the next move here. But the impatience for me starts to hit, right? Now I'm still down 40 and I managed it there, right? That was another attempt there with decent sizing, looking for the breakout, just not getting it, right? And that's how it goes sometimes, team. Doesn't mean this one's done. I really do think it's still setting up here. But the only problem is that it keeps failing and it keeps finding some sellers into that spot. So we could get a big breakdown right back towards 9. So I didn't want to be hanging out for that. Let's just say that much, right? Because if it breaks down through 10, I think we could get down really quickly towards 9 and 8. So you got to be careful on both sides of that. And look how she's recovering here. Looking good now as it starts to get back there towards the 11. The 11 recovery could be another play there, but I'll tell you guys the truth, guys. My patience is running out there. It's 10:54. I'm down a tiny bit here, but did battle today. Did take some trades that I felt like I had some really good setups, and that's just the way things go sometimes. Let's take a look at Micron, see how that stock performed. It did get back up there towards 108s and then kept going, right? So I did get a good out there because it was a breakout. I could have reversed back to the upside. That's the one thing to think about. But now we're starting to come back down, and it seems like it's a little bit of a mixed noise type of day. Got to be careful out there. How's Tesla? Now coming right back down, right? So that doesn't look good there. NVIDIA could be heading right back down here. So I think you're going to get a little bit of some choppy type of action today. Let's see if StochS makes its way back towards the highs. We'll see if the Qs go right back towards the low, or will it just be a choppy day? Could be that chop, right? All right, traders, what a day today, guys. 10:55. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What's going on out there, guys? You guys alive? Chopping action, choppy action. I tried, man. I set it up there. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop, please. Yeah, that's all I can do, Tony, right? Is just set it up, man. And sometimes we're not going to get it, right? But you saw me adding there and what? Managing the risk, which is so important. That's what I've been battling with, guys, because I've been trying to size up and size up, size up. Of course, I'm on the limited account. I'll be back to the main account as soon as I get back to the main office when I have all my windows, all my tools, and I can really take some swings. Right now, tried to make some plays on some of those smaller ones. Drug was a really good swing trade, though. Got to say that, hey, today we didn't make the money in the day trade. We made money in swing trading. We keep going positive, and you guys don't see me mad about the trades today. No, I set myself up. I did the execution style that I want to do. Now, the only question is, what happens? We never know exactly what's going to get the results. The only thing we can do is just continuously set ourselves up. At some point, the market's going to work for your favor or in your favor, and you get the green, right? Today, it was back and forth. We got some green. We got kicked out of some trades, right? Let's go with a really quickly kind of review here. Are all the tickers available? No, not all the tickers, Jake. So check out, of course, our evaluation account. If anything, I tell you to take a look at what? I tell you to take a look at the limited account. That's what I was trading today. I only need to make $13.50, and that's why I'm trying to make those nice like $200, $300 trades, which is about 30% of the account. If I can make those types of trades, I can get to this $13.50 within reach. The payout is really nice. You see there 70-30. Of course, I would tell you guys to check a look at the main limited account. You guys can get that right now, and it will be kind of disappearing at some point. So I don't want you guys to miss that out. Definitely smash the like, guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. It's been a great day battling here at the Airbnb. Going to continue to watch to see what happens in the market, but not a bad day. And definitely, if you guys can do me a favor, Lithium America Corp. LAC is a good one. We were looking at it at the open. New to the channel, Matt, what type of trading is done here? So essentially all types of trading, not really investment. I would say that because really, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm holding these swings for maybe a week or two, sometimes 3 weeks. So maybe you could call that investing, but I would say mainly day trading and swing trading. And a lot of the opening show could help investors, though, as I give a playbook and then sunrise report, which gives you guys what stocks are moving and why they're moving, right? So you don't need to turn on CNBC. You don't need to turn on whatever financial media you look at, even Fox News, right? You don't need to turn that on. All you need to do is turn right here on Trade the Pool. I'll be talking about what's going on in the markets. I'll talk about themes like we looked at nuclear today and nuclear continuing strength, the strength there. We'll see what happens in the China trade. Is a 50% retracement level the area to watch? Definitely something that I'd be looking at. And one last trade that I've talked about, which was Redfin. We'll see what happens on that one. The only thing I can do is give you guys the themes that are out there, and you guys got to go do the hard work on figuring out what stock you might want to trade in that theme, right? Because the truth is, that's what I like to do. I'd like to work backwards from sectors, from industries, and then stocks. Because if I know a certain sector is going up and that industry is going up, there's tons of stocks that are going to go higher. We'll see you guys back next time right here on Trade the Pool. Keep it moving, guys. Smash the like. Come check out, guys, us on YouTube if you're checking us out on Twitter. I know a lot of you guys tune in on Twitter. So if you guys haven't checked us out on YouTube, come over to the YouTube side of things and join the chat. We're a great community that actually helps each other trade. Yes, I said it. Helps each other trade. Why? Because we're just calling out what's moving out there. We're not trying to pump and dump on any stock. We're not trying to fight each other in the chat. We're trying to help each other get to success. I hope you guys get closer to success right here on Trade the Pool. See you guys next time and stay safe out there, traders.